Okay guys, this is Cheese. Update on my Canyon Exceed CF7 mountain bike. My tubeless tires. I finally got puncture on both my rear and front tires at the same time for the first time on this bike about a month ago. This video is about this is the engineering, the concept, the studies of engineering, the science of effectively setting up tubeless tires. This is different than what most other people suggested, put on their videos, YouTube videos. This is very different method. And I didn't go out of my own ways. This is not my own creativity. This comes from God. Because Jesus told me, He guided me to do this way. As you can see, here's my rear rim. And the holes here, these are the spoke holes. And I applied tape, cut out tape into small square pieces to cover each and every hole using this tape. This is the metal pipe tape, aluminum foil backed tape with adhesive. It has pretty strong adhesive on the tape. This is metallic, you can see. This is used for vent dryer pipes and stove pipes, but it doesn't really withstand super high temperature like 700 Fahrenheit. We can't do that, but it can handle like 325 Fahrenheit and as low as minus 45 Fahrenheit. So the temperature is well enough to handle your harsh riding conditions and for storing your bike, because this sticks. That's the beauty of it, because it's very thin and it's very adhesive, very sticky, and it conforms to the surface of the rim very well. It's easy to make a full contact on the rim surface. Even though they're curved, it will lay out real good. Let me show you in close view. You can see the curve here, the crease. It's hard work, very hard work, because you have to cut out the right size using your scissors. You don't want it too big, you don't want it too small, because you want to make sure that it has enough coverage to keep it sealed and tight and to fight from air pressure. This is the perfect size, and and as you can see, the holes they're not straight. The hole for the spokes on this side is closer to this rim, and the whole spoke for this side is placed closer to this side of the rim. So you gotta apply it like that. As you can see, they're not lined up. This is down here, this is up here, down and up. And you can use your finger, or you can use this, whatever you have. Or you can use the stuff that you use to clean your ear. It's got cloth on the end with a little stick. You could use that, that might work well too. I use my fingernail to press against these lines here to make a tight contact along the crease, the curved lines, the channel. And I applied 2 layers. Apply 1 layer and then apply the second one, which is a little bit smaller than the first. It really doesn't matter. Make sure that you apply at least 2 layers, because 1 layer isn't enough. I found out that because the air pressure is so high when you inflate the tire, it can push through. It can cause it'll push this. As you can see, these are pushed in a little bit. You can see the mark. See that? They're pushed in a little bit, like concave. But they're not tearing or anything, because I have 2 layers. And I've tested it with 2 layers of this foil or aluminum foil tape with 55 psi of air pressure, and it withstands from 55 psi no problem. This is the result of 55 psi. I left it inflated for several days, about a week, and this is the result. And the air did not leak. You gotta make sure that you apply at least 2 layers, maybe 3 layers, but at 2 layers it works. Jesus told me that you can stop at 2 layers. You don't have to go 3 layers. That's what he told me. And this is God's ideal, not mine. And when I did this, and then put the tire on with the new tire, it inflated immediately, no problem, no sign of leakage. Using the special pump to shoot the air out, I set it to 120 psi and then push the air to the tire, and it inflated right away. And I just had to pump it manually a little more to get the pressure up to where I want it. 55 psi, no problem. So that means that you can, a lot of people ride mountain bikes with 30, 35 psi. Some people run it at 25. 30, 35 psi is absolutely no problem. But this can handle 55, even 60 psi, no problem. Just showing you guys, letting you know that what can be done. This is a good alternative, or it could very well be one of the best solutions. And they don't. This is after 7 to 10 days. There's no sign of the tape coming off. You can see how sticky it is. It's permanently bonded. It's not coming off. Even with the sealant running through here, running over, it doesn't get soaked. The strength doesn't get weakened. It doesn't penetrate. The sealant doesn't get under the tape. It's on there tight. It's permanent bond. That's the thing about it. And it's very big because these bend so easily, so you can apply into shape no problem compared to other thick tapes. So this is what I wanted to share. And you don't need to. Jesus told me also that the stem valve for the tubeless here, you don't have to apply tape here. You can just screw this in just directly to the metal, because this is rubber. This is hard rubber, and it makes perfect tight seal. Using the screw here to tighten it, that's all it takes. You don't need to do anything else. Jesus told me that. Don't mess with it. That's fine, he says. You don't need to do anything fancy. And Jesus told me that he told me to just take off the tape. Remove the tape. The tape I had on there was partially damaged because I cut it when I was working on it. So it didn't really want to make a tight bond anyway. But it wasn't bonding anyway because it was those tubeless tapes that are designed for tubeless rims, they don't make permanent bond. The air will find its way and run and come through. They will go inside on underside the tape and escape into these holes. So it's worthless. Only thing that it can do, it will give you extra protection and from air pressure, but you don't even need to worry about air pressure because this handles 55 psi or 60 psi. No problem. Or even higher. If you apply 3 layers, you can go even higher. So yeah, Jesus had me to just remove the tape, just run it like that. Put the tire on here, and you're ready to go. And then put the sealant into the valve. And Jesus also told me that you do not apply tape or any tape on the wall here. Don't let the tape be in the way where tire cannot make a full seating contact on the wall, the side of the rim, because that's how the air leaks out. So make sure that there's nothing on the side of the rim, the wall side, both here. That is the best way. So if you use tape, make sure that you cut it small, narrow enough so that it just covers the hole. But I really don't recommend using those proper tapes, because they don't seem to work well. Anyway, I wanted to share that. I'm gonna at the end of the video, I'm gonna show the description, the exact description of the tape. Where you can get this from. I got this from Lowe's. You can get it from Lowe's or Home Depot. And these are feather light. It weighs nothing when you apply here. So without the tape on here and those thick ones, without that, just running the tire with this, it's even lighter too. You get extra weight savings. Only thing you'll have is a sealant. You can get these cost anywhere from $5 to $10, and will last you forever because it doesn't take much to apply on the wheels. And this is what I'm gonna do to going forward, building my own wheels. This is what I'm gonna be doing to make tubeless tires. I already did it on my front tire. It's ready to go. This is my rear one. And I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of my bikes. And Jesus told me that you can also, this method works for non-tubeless rims. The rims that are not designed for tubeless. Those old bikes, you can do the same way. Apply these aluminum foil tapes to make it air seal tight, and let the tire to seal the side, and it's ready to go. You can make it tubeless and get the valve. That's it. That's what I wanted to share. If something comes up, if I have update on this, if something happens, I will report. But Jesus told me that this is the way. All right.